Well, hey, thank you so much for coming back and watching lesson number 2 of 8 life lessons based on my book, Walks of Mr. Smith. So hopefully, if you haven't watched lesson number 1, go back and watch lesson number 1 as we talked about being thankful daily. Hopefully what you're doing, you're getting up in the morning, you're going through your gratitudes, your prayer time, whatever it was, and you're being thankful for all that you've been given, all the things that you have in your life. Another thing we talked about, another action step, was at night to have a journal, whatever it may be, next to your bed and go through and write down the few things or the many things that you were thankful for that day. So hopefully what you discovered is it's very hard, listen, it's very hard to be unhappy when you are thankful. It's almost impossible, it can't happen. So hopefully you're starting to live lesson number 1, which is be thankful daily. Okay, lesson number 2. Lesson number 2 is find your vision. Find your vision. This is key. Listen, key, because there's key areas of your life. Every one of us have some basics, some key areas in our life. A lot of times they're spiritual. There are relationships, whether that's in our marriage, our parenting. We have our careers. We have our health. We have long-term goals. Listen, there's important areas or key areas of your life. And we need to find our vision of what success looks like or what we're trying to achieve in those key areas. It's unbelievable how so many of us go through our days and we have no idea what we want our marriage to look like. What's our vision for our marriage? What does success look like in our marriage? What does success look like? What's our vision in our health? What's our vision in our parenting? Okay, sometimes we think of vision, it's like, oh, what's the vision for your life? Like it's this huge, overwhelming thing. And it really isn't. Really what it is just kind of discovering those key areas, finding out what success looks like in those key areas, and then making sure you're doing a couple things every single day to make that a reality. Okay, so when I talk about finding your vision in lesson number 2, you could almost just kind of say vision or goal. Okay, you could swipe those out. It really doesn't matter. It's whatever you feel. Okay, again, these are all basics. So listen, example for me, my vision is number 1 for me is to be close to God. That's a vision for me, close to God. Okay, I want to have that closeness every single day. I want to feel that in my life. Okay, that's a vision. Number 2 for me is incredible marriage. I have a vision of an incredible marriage and or a goal of an incredible marriage. Number 3 for me, I have a vision of being an amazing, amazing father. Or, swipe it out, a goal of being an amazing, amazing father. Okay, I have an income goal. I have a vision of making, a certain amount, blank, 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 this year. Okay, and or goal, right? So do you get the point? You get the point? You go through and you discover the key areas of your life. And I have all these guys on my top 6 on my day page. If you've been following me, you know. If you heard me speak in different groups, I always share my top 6, my day page with you, give you the tools. I give you the tools to start finding your vision and then to start to live it every day. So if you don't have that, you can go back to my website or whatever. You can get all those day pages or that information to help you discover the key areas and then what's your vision in the key areas and then begin to start to live it daily. But listen, lesson number 2. Find your vision. You can't go through the day having no direction, having no idea of where you're wanting to head or what you're trying to achieve. It's just crazy. They talk about it in Proverbs 29:18, where there is no vision, the people perish. When we don't have a vision, we don't have something pulling us forward, something moving us forward, and we got to have that. Listen, life's a struggle, right? We have issues. Marriage isn't hard. Julie and I, we get in our disagreements, we get in arguments, but I gotta have that strong vision to pull up, like, look, Damon, look, you're trying to be an amazing husband. What's going on right now? You're maybe not being that amazing husband. Or when the kids just get crazy, out of control, you think you're maybe not parenting that well, or you're not spending time with them. If you want to be an amazing father, if that's one of your visions, Okay, it's going to draw you back to that. You're going to say stuff like, oh, you know what, I think I've been working a little bit too much. I think I do need to spend some time. I think I do need to have conversation, right? But if you don't have that vision in your life, if you just kind of are getting through the day and trying to get by and just trying to get home, or just trying to, man, you know, trying to be a parent, the kids are kind of bugging you out and you're like, oh man, I just can't wait till they leave, you know, and get out and do their own life. Believe me, once it gets there, you're going to be wishing, you know, that's going to be a hard time. So the understanding, listen, is you have to define your vision. You have to learn to discover what it is that you're trying to achieve in the key areas of your life. That's so important, because then that's going to give you that purpose and that passion every single day. You know, I love this. I love this quote from Viktor Frankl. I'm reading it here on the screen. It said, the greatest task for any person is to find meaning for his and her life. The greatest task is to find meaning. So, when you find your vision, when you start to really get clear on the vision and the key areas of your life, and you start to set goals, okay, and you start to figure out what are the few things that I need to do every single day to begin to make that vision a reality, or to be living that vision, okay, that's going to be the greatest day of your life. You're going to find meaning and you're going to find purpose. And that's just going to drive you and get you through the days with an excitement, okay? It doesn't mean that life is never going to get hard. It doesn't mean that life is not going to get challenging. But what it's going to do is it's going to give you hope. It's going to give you hope. And that's a big thing. So understand that. So, lesson number 2 was find your vision. Lesson number 1 is to be thankful. Lesson number 2, find your vision. So your assignment is to start to begin to find your vision. What does success? Identify the key areas of your life, and what does success look like in those key areas? What are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to achieve in those key areas? So your assignment is to discover that, what you're trying to achieve in the key areas, and then write it down. Write it down. Now, a big thing too is, you know, I have my tools. I don't care how you do it. Just write it down on a sheet of paper, what you're trying to achieve. Put them somewhere where you're going to see them every single day. That's a big thing, guys. Listen to me. Listen, you can write down all the goals you want. You can watch this video. You can go to the seminars. You can do all that, right? But if you're not able to see your goals or see your vision written down every single day somewhere where you can see it, you're going to forget. Life's going to get caught up in your this is not going to happen. Okay? So you got to be able to see it every single day. A quick tip, and then we'll end this video, is our kids, we make our kids write down their goals. We have little kids' goal sheets. I have that. That I give to other kids when I speak to sports teams and things like that, younger sports teams. We have them put it next to their sink. So when they're brushing their teeth, they're reading their vision or their goals, right? And it usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes, which is about the perfect time to brush your teeth. So it gives them something to do, and at times then when they're brushing their teeth, they're able to see it. So my thing for you is, why wouldn't you put it next to your bed? Put it next to your sink, wherever. Somewhere where you can see it every single day. Okay? Sounds good? Perfect. Well, thank you so much for watching lesson number 2. Lesson number 3 will be coming out in a couple days. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.